The person that is telling me this is still alive today. He says, we sat down on Saturday morning at Jean-Paul's restaurant, and we were three people always there, and more people came in, and there was 12 stools at this counter. And Jean-Paul sauce with a bowl of French fries, and we ordered the curd cheese from the waitress. So people had the newspaper, people coming in, needed more room on the counter, took the sauce with the French fries, and then the curd cheese on top of it. And then they had their newspaper, and then they could eat. You see, with my right hand, I can eat. In my left hand, I have my newspaper. So, this is in 1956. Years gathered. Then Jean-Paul, you're gonna follow me. I'm gonna show you what he bought. In 1961, Jean-Paul Leroy purchased this restaurant. It wasn't a restaurant really. It was a milk bar and orange juicette. So Jean-Paul purchased that and installed his sign, which called Leroy Juicette.
Leroy.
You see, and that's how the name comes from.
I understand.
You don't understand?
It's from the juice.
Exactly. So Jean-Paul purchased this,
yeah,
and he made the first curb service. As you can see here, the cars here in 1960. All the cars here in 1960. And this is the curb service that you see on each side of the restaurant. The first one in Quebec. The meal became popular because people came to the curb service and wanted to have the French fry, the sauce, and the curd cheese. So that became very demanding and long for the waitress to write. So Jean-Paul, in '64, Jean-Paul gathered his staff and said, look, we have to find a name for this. And in those years, Poutine was a slang word that meant a mixture that came from the English word pudding. So our grandmothers that never spoke English,
yes,
pudding, poutine. You see where the word poutine
yes.
comes from? Well, the word poutine comes from the English word pudding. And this is how the word in 1964 was written on the menu.
1964.
Poutine. In 1964. So the meal was served before in the 1950s, like I show you with the pictures, and it started there at the counter, and it's the people that invented that meal. You know, that's the people that put this together.
That's beautiful. So Daniel, what do you think of the chefs nowadays doing poutine in a very high-end way, like Martin Picard with mixing with water?
I think it's a very good idea because knowing that poutine is known as a fast food meal, now you can refer poutine to gastronomie, to fine cuisine, because they put in a foie gras, or they put in some special mushroom, or some special vinaigrette mixture with their own sauce. So I think it's the base. The base is the poutine, and then you have now the poutine, which can evaluate in fine dining restaurant. So I think it's a great idea.
Thank you very much. Here we are in the very, very famous Max Poutine, which is in Victoriaville, about 30 minutes drive from Drummondville. To say that Max Poutine, the restaurant, is unassuming is putting it mildly. You could easily pass it by on this main drag of Victoriaville. But once you come in, it's a very comfortable room with wooden benches. It probably seats about 80 people, I'm guessing, at these Formica tables, wooden benches with hanging lamps. It is very, very basic. This is a serious place for eating poutine, and that's why people come here. Now this place has an amazing 75 kinds of poutine. Yes, I said 75 kinds of poutine. They range from everything from your basic poutine to poutine with Greek toppings, Italian toppings, The Super Max, which is what we're going to have, which comes with meat, caramelized onions, peppers, and of course cheese curds and gravy.